Since joining CTC in 1993, Ed Sheehan has led with purpose and personal commitment. More than a CEO, he has been a true partner, deeply invested in the success of the company, its employees, and the broader community. His leadership helped build a culture of trust, collaboration, and excellence that makes CTC a great place to work. As he retires, he leaves behind a remarkable legacy.
Ed has been masterful at positioning capabilities and competencies and people to be ready when the call comes. A lot of times it's to innovate and do something new. A lot of time is 7 other people have tried to fix this. We're coming to CTC because you know how to get the job done.
Other companies can copy processes and policies, procedures and practices, but that mindset of genuinely treating employees as a key stakeholder in our business and putting employees in the front and center of all the decisions we make continues to differentiate us.
Probably the biggest compliment I can give is that he steered the ship through turbulent times, and here we are, all for the better.
He rolled his sleeves up. We worked the process together, prepared for the meeting. We're training folks to follow a certain process, and he showed that he wasn't above the process.
Few things speak more to Ed's character than the way he honors and uplifts our military community.
From my perspective of 22 years in the military, I would definitely want to give Ed a salute, for his commitment and dedication to the military and U.S. veterans and making CTC a vet-friendly organization.
So I think Ed has a very healthy respect and commitment for the veterans, and has always, again, treated not only me right, but all the veterans and all the military folks here in the company. And then obviously our mission of that's the clientele that we serve, which I think is important, and he rightfully so reminds people that there are real life people, sometimes in combat, sometimes other places, that are at the other end of the things that we do, and that we shouldn't forget that.
And everything we do is about success of the warfighter, giving that warfighter an unfair edge, and Ed always reminds us of that.
Ed's greatest legacy may be the way he mentors and truly cares for those around him.
He's always been an ear to listen to as a sounding board, to help think through things. He's always given great guidance, and I've always enjoyed working for him. I'd put him in one of the better bosses that I've worked for in my 40-something year career.
Sometimes people bring a problem in and say, hey, here's a problem, what are we gonna do about it? And he'd really encourage people to think of those options and then say, what's the best course of action? What do you think we should do about it? And I think that really helped people think about the issues and come up with better solutions.
Ed gave me the opportunity to become the CFO of the organization, which is a challenge for me, and just working under his guidance and his mentoring has been a great asset and has helped me to grow professionally.
Ed's influence extends beyond the workplace. Early in her career at CTC, Sharon Patterson got a glimpse of Ed's commitment to the Johnstown region.
He said, I love Johnstown. Julie and I came back to Johnstown. We love it. We want to raise our children here. We love the company. He said, I just have this vision. There's so much I could do for the company. I want to be so involved in the community. And he said, this is not just a stop. This is my last stop.
He volunteers a lot, things like serving lunch at St. Vincent de Paul Kitchen downtown, very active in the church. He supports Chamber of Commerce, JARI. He serves on local boards.
He really cares about people, cares about the company, the community, his family, his church.
Ed lives the CTC values every day. He has shaped CTC's culture, making it a place where people feel they belong and are valued. In just one of countless examples of Ed's generosity, a former employee recalls a special memory from a business trip.
He asked me if I had ever been to the Capitol in Harrisburg, and I replied that I, was never there. And he immediately had the car turned around and showed me various sites, including the Capitol, and I was really impressed. And for him to take time out of his busy schedule was commendable.
I have never met anybody at CTC, and quite honestly anywhere else, who truly lived the vision, mission, and the values of the company every day.
The most important thing, though, is when you talk to Ed, you can feel it. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain, it's hard to put your finger on, but you can tell it's not just words. I mean, he really believes it.
CTC is a very different company from other government contractors. It felt like I came home when I came back to CTC. And Ed had a lot to do with that. And mostly because he was not only very welcoming, but he made me feel like this is where I belong. And I was grateful for that. So,
in my mind, that's what a true leader is somebody who not only cares about you, but cares about your family and the well-being, because that creates, the culture to work in.
He welcomes you in, no matter what role you're in, gives you the respect, remembers you and your family and their names and what they're doing, to really make you feel special.
As Ed moves on to his well-earned next chapter, we will carry with us many great memories.
I'll miss the kind of his sharp wit and his camaraderie. Miss some of those fancy outfits too.
We always stopped in the morning. Hey, John, how's it going? Checking in on me, seeing how things are going, making sure I'm okay personally and professionally. But that daily interaction definitely would be missed.
We sort of like have a good banter with each other, and just the jokes, but you know that he cares, and I'll just miss him a lot, actually.
We'll always be friends. He'll be in the community, but I'll miss the day-to-day interaction with him. And he was always someone you could count on and bounce things off of, and he was the most encouraging. He was such a wonderful mentor to me and friend, and I'll miss the day-to-day.
Thank you, Mr. Sheehan, for your leadership, your vision, and your kindness. As we build on your legacy of excellence and compassion, we wish you all the best in your retirement.
You'll get a chance to spend a lot more time with your kids and your grandchildren, which is what it's all about.
First of all, I'm jealous, but all the best to you and Julie, your growing family. I hope you can spend this next chapter enjoying every moment of it, but I do hope to see you on the golf course periodically.
You have the blessing of healthy children and healthy grandchildren and a family that loves you, and why not take advantage of it? So you have served us well, but you're still not done.
I just want to wish him the very best and to enjoy retirement, because it's fun. It really is.
You've left this legacy, and I know we'll still see you in the community, but you deserve a wonderful retirement, happy, long, healthy. You and Julie and the kids, I just wish you the best.
Enjoy the time that you're going to now get to spend with your family, with Julie, and not goodbye, but I'll see you later.